Imagine sitting amongst a crowd of people nearly double the size of a sold out game in Sanford Stadium. With over 170,000 attendees every year and a staple to the Kentucky culture, the Kentucky Derby has been run continuously for over 100 years. However, due to COVID 19, stakes have been altered while trying to maintain the same ambience, culture, and history that has made the Kentucky Derby so successful. The Kentucky Derby has been the foundation of not only many families, but also my family. I can remember going down to Churchill Downs to visit with the horses before the day of the race of the Kentucky Derby. That upcoming weekend is one of my favorite weekends because it is a staple to Louisville pride and culture, and celebrating with your city is one of the best things to do. Although I could never bet, the Kentucky Derby is one of my favorite pastimes to celebrate, and I can without a doubt explain to you the difference between a thoroughbred and a filly, and a hat versus a fascinator. I hope to share with you more about the Kentucky Derby, the race itself, the culture surrounding the attendees, and how COVID 19 has altered this year's stakes. I will begin by talking about some of the history of the Kentucky Derby and the history of Churchill Downs itself. Although the Kentucky Derby is a famously followed horse race, it didn't originally have that 170,000 attendee number. According to Kentucky Derby history, back in 1875, there was a winner in a field of 15 horses with around 10,000 participants. Now that's a big difference from today's numbers. The Kentucky Derby is the second of three Triple Crown races. It is preceded by the Belmont Stakes and then followed by the Preakness Stakes. In order to win the Triple Crown, a horse must win all three races consecutively. According to the Kentucky Derby history, there has only been 13 Triple Crown winners in over 100 consecutive years. According to the History Channel, the idea of horse racing was transpired after Meriwether Lewis Clark attended a race by the name of Epsom Derby of England. With the help of the family members, Clark was able to acquire the necessary land needed in order to grow the track that is now known as Churchill Downs. Although it wasn't always known as Churchill Downs, its original name was the Louisville Jockey Club, and it started as just a small 1.25 mile track on the outskirts of the city of Louisville. A large reason behind the success and popularity of this specific sporting event comes from the crowd of people that attend the event each year. Next, I will talk to you about the culture surrounding the attendees of the Kentucky Derby. According to Kentucky Derby history, it is the longest consecutively running sport in America. It has been run every year consecutively for over 100 times. The Kentucky Derby has been continuously run since 1875, while only growing in its popularity throughout the years. It draws people from all over the country and the world, and there's all different types of ticket holders that you can find. According to Matt King from Bleacher Report, it is the most exciting 2 minutes in sports. Due to the large venue, there's many different types of people, as I said, that attend the race. Tickets can go from anywhere around $100, which will get you in the infield. In the infield, you really can't even see the horses. You're just going for more of the personal aspect and getting to see some people. But then you also have A-list celebrities who will go and pay 22,000 plus tickets. According to Sarah Bray from Town and Country magazine, she says these $22,000 tickets are invite only, and it's a part of the Mansion Club, which is a private exclusive floor within Churchill Downs. No matter where you're seated, however, you're going to have a good time and see the culture that makes the race so unique. Many people spend weeks of preparation in order to get ready for the race. Men will have their suits tailored and feather custom bow ties, and women will spend weeks planning their outfit from a matching hat, fascinator, dress, to even down to their shoes. Needless to say, some people attend the Derby for more pleasure than they can for just the pleasure they receive from people watching. Unfortunately, the ambience around the racetrack this year was a bit different due to COVID-19 and the global pandemic. A race that usually draws people from around the world had a mere 0 attendees this year. The airing of the race on television was a stark contrast to that of which it usually is. Seeing the stands empty was something that is honestly quite scary, but however, it needed to be done in order to follow the guidelines set forth by the CDC. According to Adam Wells from Bleacher Report, this is only the second time in history that the races had to be postponed, the first being 1945 during the Second World War. That's pretty crazy if you think about it. Although the crowd is a huge part of the Kentucky Derby and the celebratory horse race, there were still some parts of the race that they were able to keep intact. The calling of the post, the singing of My Old Kentucky Home, the winner, in this year's case authentic, to the rose sash that was presented to the winner, as well as the governor who presented the trophy virtually from his home in Frankfort, Kentucky. While all these things make up such a memorable experience, the stakes of the global pandemic had their impact on the ambience of the Kentucky Derby. Overall, the Derby has been a staple to the lives of many, and if a global pandemic didn't stop it, I think it's going to be running for many more years to come. Whether it's 1875 or 2020, the Kentucky Derby has created a history that continues to grow in culture, all while finding out how to manage a global pandemic. I hope you all one day get to experience the Kentucky Derby for yourself, and thank you so much for listening to me.